Hi parents, this is Mrs. Huxhold. I have a new assignment that I'm going to add. It's not any it's a different work, but not additional. I'm calling it a 3 1-minute fluency builder. And so we know that from research that repeated readings is one way to improve a student's fluency. So I'm going to be sending home these passages, and this is going to be a video on how you can do it. So it probably altogether, it may take 5 minutes by the time you explain some of the errors to your child. And I'm asking them to read a minimum of 20 minutes out loud. So if this takes 5 minutes, then the other 15 minutes can be used for the lucky listener or any of the other reading passages that I send home. If I don't assign one of those decodable texts that are usually the lucky listener or the word reading sheets with some sentences at the bottom, then they have a free choice and they can read one of the books that's at their level that they've borrowed from me. So the student has a passage like this, and you have a passage to follow along with and mark their errors. I recommend using different colored pencils or crayons or markers or whatever you have, because you're going to read for 1 minute on Monday, and then you'll let them know about their errors. Then on Monday, you'll do a second attempt. They'll start over at the beginning and read for 1 minute. When the timer goes off, you'll mark that. We'll show you here in a bit how you're going to fill this out. And then you'll do a third time where they read for 1 minute. That's Monday. That should not take any more than 5 minutes. And then they'll have another 15 minutes to finish their 20 minutes of reading out loud for reading. This seems to be all of this type of reading that we're doing at home. A lot of the students had all-time highs this week. So we just want to make sure that we're doing that reading practice at home. And I really appreciate your help in doing that. It takes a village. So this is what the student's passage looks like. So they will read, and so they've got 4 days that you're going to do 3 1-minute reads. And then on another day, or the first day that they get it, they can read through the passage all the way through one time. And then we have these comprehension questions they can answer. I'd like to do more comprehension, but we're using almost our entire class time to teach different sounds and how to read those sounds and how to write those sounds. So as much additional comprehension practice that we can get is really beneficial for our students. So they would answer these questions. The words that are in bold are the vocabulary words, so they should copy those right here. And then reread the sentence that word is used in and say what the word means. And then they can use a red crayon or marker and color contractions in red. Find words that mean more than one. They usually have an S or an ES on the end. Color those in blue. Adjectives describe a noun. So if it said, the fat kitten, fat would be the adjective. They could color that in green. And proper nouns are the names of people, places, and things. And they usually they have a capital, and they would color those in orange. So that would be 1 day, and then the other 4 days they'll be using for this fluency check. So we're going to do 3 of those 1-minute reads now to show you kind of how we score that. All right, so I got a cameraman here for me that's going to do this. All right, whenever you're ready, friend, let's go ahead and let me get my timer up here. It timed out, so let me get that back on here for you. All right, whenever you are ready, go ahead and start. You got your witch's finger ready? All right, whenever you're ready, go ahead and start.
Sarah loved kittens. She loved them almost as much as she loved her mom and dad, but there was a problem. Sarah could not have her down kittens.
Keep going.
her mom was allergic to kittens. Very time her mom was near a kitten, she stayed to sneeze her cheek.
We're going to start there,
Okay.
stop there on cheeks. All right, so you did a really good job. We stopped here. So that whole sentence was 48 words, but we didn't get to this one. So that was 47 that I'm going to put on the first attempt. And then we had 5 errors. So -5, you read 42 words
Pretty
in
good.
that 1 minute. That is pretty good. So here were some of your mistakes. You said her down kitten. OWN is in down, but we don't have that D there. This is own, her own. And you said kittens, there's not an S. So it's just kitten. And then it said every, and you said very. So you said that word. And so since this has that E in front of it, it's every. And you said instead of started to sneeze, you said stayed to sneeze. All right. So parents, if you want, you can just put a line through it, or if you've got time, you can write what they read so that you can review it like that with them. All right. So now I'm going to switch colors. We've got another minute. Let's do our second 1
Okay.
minute. Go ahead, start at the beginning, and I'm ready when you are.
Sarah loved kittens. She loved them almost as much as she loved her mom and dad, but there was a problem. Sarah could not have her own kittens. She started to sneeze. Her cheeks turned down, perked red, and her eyes got puffy. Sarah was sad about not.
Okay, good job. All right, so on this, you did say kittens again, right here, but then you changed it. I think you saw me mark it, didn't you? And then you went kitten. So even though I had that,
I didn't saw you.
you didn't. Okay, well that's all right. Then I put an SC for self-correct. We won't count that. But then you said she, but then you didn't have your witch's finger.
It was
Hold on. Yeah, you didn't have she, or you lost your witch's finger, or you weren't using your own finger, because then you went from, you said she. No, you said she, but then you saw this she. You lost your spot. And so where it was own kitten, and then you saw this she, and you went from, so you skipped this whole line. So I crossed out that whole line, and then you said she started to sneeze. Her, you said chicks, and that's cheeks. So this EE says E. All right, and then this is her cheeks turned. I think you said turned down, and bright. So we got to make sure we don't miss those. Okay. So this would be 60 plus this one is 61. We got to count all of these words that were omitted. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Minus this one is 15, 16, 17. So minus 17 is 44. All right. So we're going to do another minute. I got a different color so that I think, parents, you can begin to see now if we read. So you want to know which ones are the errors for which attempt. All right. So you ready, my friend?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and read it again. You want the witch's finger? Or you're going to use your own finger?
I'm I'm going to use my own finger.
Use your own finger? All right, I'm ready when you are.
Sarah loved kittens. She loved them almost as much as she loved her mom and dad. But there was a problem. Sarah could not have her own kitten. Her mom was allergic to kittens. Very time her mom was near a kitten, she started to sneeze. Her cheeks
So, turned.
a bit blush red.
Bright red. All right. So, parents, if it's taking them a while to say a word, it's okay to tell it to them. I just kind of usually count, 1001, 1002, 1003 in my head. All right. So this one was 48, 49, 50 words. But that time you did a great job. You only had, you said very again for every. So let's mark this E so you don't forget to say that. Okay. Every, and then we still are having trouble with turned and bright. Turned.
I got 3 wrongs then.
Turn, and then you got your ed is duh, and bright. BR says bruh. IGH says I, and then bright. So it looks like we had just one -3. So 47. So we had 42, 44, and 47. So that increased. Nice job. Nice job. All right. So parents, again, thank you so much for your time and giving your students, working with them this 5 minutes every night to work on improving their fluency. It takes a village, and I really do appreciate your help. Thank you so much.